countless films, photographs, and artworks. It became a symbol of a particular time and spirit, representing idealism, adventure, and a rejection of mainstream values. Even today, a well-preserved T1 draws crowds wherever it goes. Driving experience. Actually, driving a T1 is unlike anything else on the road today. You sit upright in a chair-like seat, the massive steering wheel in your hands, and the windscreen seems impossibly close to your face. Visibility is excellent in most directions, though the split windscreen creates a visual interruption straight ahead that takes getting used to. Starting requires pulling out the choke and giving the engine a moment to come to life. The air-cooled flat 4 makes a distinctive sound, a throbbing mechanical rhythm that's part tractor, part Beetle, and completely unique. Acceleration is gentle, to put it kindly. You don't rush a T1, you coax it up to speed, working through the gears methodically. The engine noise increases as speed builds, and you learn to shift by sound as much as by feel. Push too hard and the engine protests with mechanical complaints. Highway driving requires commitment. Maintaining 55 miles per hour means the engine is working hard, singing its air-cooled song at high RPM. Crosswinds push the tall, flat body around. Overtaking requires planning and a long stretch of open road. You don't drive a T1 to get somewhere quickly. You drive it to enjoy the journey. The handling is vague by modern standards. There's die roll in corners, and the steering provides little feedback. But there's also a charm to the wayward, wandering feel. You're piloting rather than driving, making constant small corrections, engaged in a conversation with the vehicle, reliability, and ownership. Volkswagen built these vans tough. The simple mechanicals meant fewer things could break. And when something did fail, repairs were usually straightforward. Parts were cheap and widely available. Many T1s racked up hundreds of thousands of miles with basic maintenance. The air-cooled engine needed regular valve adjustments and oil changes. The generator-based electrical system was prone to issues, especially in wet weather. Rust was the real enemy, attacking the body panels, floor, and chassis. Many T1s that survived mechanically were eventually claimed by corrosion. Today, owning a T1 requires dedication. Parts are still available but more expensive than they once were. Specialist knowledge is necessary for proper maintenance. Prices have climbed dramatically, with restored examples commanding six figures. Even project vehicles in rough conditions sell for substantial sums. But owners are passionate. They accept the quirks, the limited performance, the lack of modern conveniences. They treasure the connection to history, the simplicity, and the pure joy these vehicles bring. Legacy. Volkswagen produced the T1 from 1950 to 1967, building over 1.8 million units across various configurations. Production continued in Brazil until 2013, making the basic design one of the longest running in automotive history. The T1 spawned successors that carried the spirit forward. The T2, with its larger single-piece windscreen, ran until 1979. The T3, T4, T5, and T6 followed, each modernizing the concept while maintaining the basic formula of a versatile, practical van. None captured the magic quite like the original. That split-window T1 represents something pure and honest. It was designed to be useful and became beautiful. It was built to work and became a cultural icon. Why it matters today. In our age of connectivity, computerization, and complexity, the T1 represents something refreshingly simple. There are no screens, no sensors, no driver aids, just mechanical components working together to move people and cargo from one place to another. The T1 reminds us that vehicles can have character and personality, that slow can be satisfying, that imperfection can be charming, that something designed purely for function can become an object of desire. It represents a time when transportation was about the journey as much as the destination, when people customized and personalized their vehicles, when a van could be a home, a business, and a statement all at once. Closing thoughts. The Volkswagen T1 is legendary not because it was the fastest, the most powerful, or the most advanced. It's legendary because it was honest, practical, and adaptable. It served faithfully in countless roles. From ride van to family transport to symbol of a generation's dreams, it's a vehicle that makes people smile, that evokes memories and nostalgia. even in those too young to have experienced the era it represents. That continues to inspire modern designs and concepts. Driving. One today is to experience automotive history in its purest form. Yes, it's slow. Yes, it's noisy. Yes, it's impractical by modern standards. But it's also charming, engaging, and utterly unique. The T1 doesn't apologize for what it is. It simply is, completely and authentically. That's why, 70 years after it first appeared, the split-window Volkswagen T1 remains one of the most beloved vehicles ever created, not despite its quirks and limitations, but because of them. It's a reminder that sometimes the most special things aren't the most perfect. They're the ones with soul, character, and a story to tell.